Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City TV special. And for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City TV specials before, it's where I sit down with the biggest, well, sit down with one of the biggest and best content creators in the game. I had James Redmond on before, so shout out to him. But this special guest that I'm about to introduce is, I call him the OG. You know what I'm saying? And there isn't too many people in this content creator space that I call the OG, but he's older because I'm normally older than most people, first and foremost. One, is he not only older than most of us, but two, experienced, knowledgeable. Like, he can tell you about Manchester United in the 90s, as well as he can tell you about Manchester United right now, and always explaining things in detail and in depth. And that's what I like as well. Never afraid to give a strong opinion as well. Me and him have had many debates, but overall, just one of the best content creators. You know what I'm saying? Cuts through the bullshit, tells you as it is. And like I said, I've had many debates with him, does great works on his channel. And I don't think he gets the props he deserves, actually, for kicking down doors, because he was one of the earliest creating, doing fan creator content, doing fan cams on YouTube, and he helped me significantly. He was one of the first people I worked with 100%, and was on the breakthrough interview that I actually did. Shout out to From a Third Eye View High Radio. So welcome to the guy. Welcome to the show, the OG. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Structure himself. My like Nuruddin is in the building. Yes, fam. What are you saying? You good? You on mute, fam? You on mute?
Love King, love.
Mm.
Thank you, bro. That's a nice intro, but thank you. I appreciate you. Always love not being on Sarcasm.
Nice.
It's been a minute,
It has
so
been a
it's
minute.
love to be back on the channel. It's big up everybody, love and light always, and yeah, I can't wait to kick it with you, bro. Love.
Yeah, man. Always, man. It has been a minute since you have been on the channel. Obviously, this is not Nuruddin's first appearance on the channel, but this is the first appearance doing a Sarcasm City TV special. And we will be discussing all things Manchester United. Make sure you subscribe to United Real Therapy as well. Big up Lewis for the raid. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Bump up the likes on the video. Share across all the socials. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. I see you Chelsea jokers talking about Mason Mount, you comedians. Big up to Jesse. I see you in the chat. Big up to Eddie as well. Says the realist of the real. Shout out Nuruddin. That's facts, man. The realist of the real. 110%. I've been doing this the longest as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said kick down doors. I'll never forget that episode From a Third Eye View we did with Nuruddin, Aaron, and Saeed, because that broke us through. You know what I'm saying? Myself, JV, and Stro. But Nuruddin, what are you telling me? Well, I start with the question in the title, sorry. Can Manchester United challenge for the Premier League? Where do you stand? Because we've not spoken in a minute, so I don't know your thoughts on this.
No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think Manchester United can challenge right now.
Talk about it.
I think we're short. I asked a question today. We did a show. It's called do a podcast on the channel, and it's called Real Raw Red Pod. Real Raw Red Pod, mate. That's what we do, mate. Real Raw Red Pod. And on the Real Raw Pod, we looked at it and we tried to ask the question: are we ready? I don't think we're ready, bro. We needed a striker. Manchester United needed a striker for a long time since Ronaldo got off a bit for Crimbo. Ronaldo did what he did. Manchester United told everybody, Man United as a football club were briefing the whole world. We're not spending money in January because we're keeping the funds behind. And the number one target is a striker. We get to pre-season. We played now 6 games. Actually, no, 5 games, because some of the kids played in that one in it against Wrexham. In it, that was just a hold tight. Wrexham and Foster, absolute shameless. Talking about you beat Manchester, we smashed Manchester United. Somebody sent me a screenshot of his video thing that he does, with his goal cam, the goalkeeper cam. He basically, the title of the thing was "We smashed Manchester United." That you smashed our youth team, mate. Absolute youth team. You are absolutely having a laugh. Shame. He's a guy who used to play as well, a high level of professional football. He used to play for Manchester United at one point. Shameless, absolute shameless. So, yeah, we played 5 games and no striker. Nobody to pattern up the style of play, the way that we play through a striker. Striker's coming in. Apparently, he'll be in tomorrow for his medical. Rasmus Højlund. That's the breaking news tonight. He'll be about tomorrow. So it shows you. ain't got time for him to integrate him to kind of like the adaptation period for a footballer, and he's gonna have to wait long. We went on tour mainly with just Mason Mount. Onana joined up 2 weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago. He's had 2 halves of football or whatever. Not even that long. You're on mute, you know. You might be on mute, you know, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was my bad. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Onana only played 1 match. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, maybe you had 2 halves in it. One against Real Madrid, and then the other one against. Or did he play the full game against Real Madrid? Maybe a one and a half game.
Season. I'm not even gonna lie, but go on, carry on.
Yeah. That's what he's played. I fell asleep. I watched the first half last night. I fell asleep after the, you know what I mean? I woke up, laptop was there, like, you know, and he fell asleep. Laptop's like half of it in my arm, the other half on the bed. And I'm just like, knocked out, bro. But it is what it is, isn't it? So that's why we got to always shout out the international audience, innit? So big up to the international audience.
Facts, shout out the international audience every single time.
Especially the people that are living in the US, Australia, Canada, people in the Caribbean, different parts of like Africa and Asia who get up mad times, who have to interrogate, who have to kind of like also like make integral part of their daily lives watching Manchester United. And then the top red slot will tell you, I've been to Man United since the 1930s. Listen, you're 100, 200, 200 years old, mate, if you've been going since the, you know what I mean, since the 17th century, mate. Nobody wants to hear about that. This hierarchy business, they make me laugh, some of these top reds.
It's outrageous.
Absolutely, it's crazy. Listen, and these people are getting up mad times, mate, when they have to go to work. They got kids, they got families. And Manchester United is an integral part of their life, so hold that to them. So that's the reason why I don't think. I'm happy to be proven wrong by Mason Mount. I'm happy to be proven wrong by Onana. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like, you know what I mean? I'm happy to be proven wrong by these players. But Manchester United was serious when our nearest rivals have done the treble. I would have gone out and got Kim Min-jae. I would have got Michael Mannion or Costa, because I just believe they're better goalkeepers. Costa for me.
Mike Mignon. Okay.
Yeah, Mike Mignon. And I love Costa because Costa is a penalty save monster. Penalty save monster. That's what he is. And I just wanted a goalkeeper who's got similar kicking. His stats are better than Onana's, but you know, let's not get out of the way there. You know what I mean? Onana, what a game, what a save. So we'll see. Anyway, but I would have got one of them. I would have got Kim Min-jae. I would have got Casado. I would have got Nicolas Barella. I would have got Kane and Højlund, and then maybe a right back, Gusto, who went to Chelsea, but they signed him too early. So if a serious club like Manchester United, I would have moved. Those 5-6 players would have took Manchester United to a challenge because the quality of them is quality. You know what I mean? There are at least 3 of those that are quality. Like Nicolas Barella, Harry Kane, even though I think definitely I would not have Kane by himself. I need Kane, another striker who can learn of him. You know what I mean? Even though some United fans overblow Kane, I think they think Kane is like a Ronaldo or a Messi, but he's not. Harry Kane.
See, this is why I call you the OG. Talk about it, because I've been saying this. Sorry, I just have to cut you off to say that.
He's not a guy who's going to take you to the title. Yeah, man. Listen, look what happened in England. He's been at Spurs all this long. Spurs were in a title race against Leicester and they finished 3rd.
Louder for the people in the back, OG.
The Spurs were in a title race.
People forget that.
And they managed to finish 3rd. So save me all this about Harry Kane's going to be the big. Somebody said to me, I said, is he going to put 20 points on this? And people would try to drag me on Twitter last week, but it's all good, bro. Like I said, I'm Mr. Negative because I'm sick of the toxic FC. You know what I mean?
The toxic positivity's got to you. Is that what it is?
You know what? Toxic positivity is too much, man. And this Merta fucking madness, you know, Merta Defense League, man. They need to take a big chill. They're getting a bit too giddy for me.
They're getting giddy. You know what I'm saying?
Too fucking giddy, mate. They're getting giddy. They're getting a bit too. Giddy. Yeah. You're dealing with too many giddy FC, bro.
The positivity.
It is, man.
I know you have to pull Saeed back down to earth at times. I know sometimes he leaves and you.
I've got to do this to the whole fan base, bro. I got to do it to the whole fan base, not just Saeed, bro. If it was just Saeed, it'd be all right. It's the whole fan base, bro. And now you've got these. I got these Merta bots on. They're not even humans, bro. They're Merta bots on social media, bro. It's like Neil Ashton. Neil Ashton army's coming after me. Trust me. Me and Lash and Army are always on to me, bro. They're like, oh, Mr. Negative. Yes, I'm negative. I'm like, listen, until the Glazers leave, I ain't getting giddy or excited about anything because I know that at the end of the day, those vultures are behind the big decisions at this football club. But so I don't actually think that Manchester United are ready. I said it last season, and I called it 5 months before. I said Manchester United are going to get fatigued. Our end of the season is going to be, and if let's be honest, we stopped playing after February, bro. After we win that little Mickey Mouse trophy, we thought we were it.
We won the trophy, and then I think the players and then that's it, and then that's it. And that was it. And that was it. And then I was like, you can't keep playing. I remember when we were playing Reading, playing Charlton at home. I'm like, why are you playing? Why don't you play? Mix it up. You know what I mean? Because you don't trust the team.
You know what I mean? It's absolute crazy. So it is what it is. Honestly, it's madness. And I'm like, no, we needed 5 players who go into that first team. For me, for Manchester United to even go get close to challenging. Not challenging, but get close to challenging. Make a significant thing. And we're not. He's getting a lot of his second choice players. You know what I mean? He wanted Mason Mount. Did he really want Onana? Manchester United was scouting Mannion, and they were scouting Diego Costa for about a season. They've been scouting him. So we get a keeper, Onana. Yeah, he worked with him. Yeah, we understand that. Like I said, I'm happy to be proven wrong. Hoyland, for me, I did on United Real Therapy, I did a
Make sure you subscribe to his channel before you continue.
Yeah.
Hey, United Real Therapy people, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to add it to the title. Go on, carry on. And Mike, I'm going to get to your super chat as well. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I did a player profile on him. And the most interesting thing that I found that is the improvement that he made in a year, in a season, in the improvements that he's made, like the massive drastic improvements to his game that he made. So if that trajectory continues, then we've got a player on our hands. Do you know what I mean? But flawless is a game. Manchester United spent 2 months negotiating just to pay the whole package to pay 5 million less. It's absolute comedy FC, mate. We're a Netflix special. Absolute Netflix special. With a gift that keeps giving. I'm not lying to you, I swear. That's why I always sing, Comedy FC. Here we go, here we go. That's what we are, honestly. This is who we've become. 2 months negotiating and people telling me, that's a madness. You know what I mean? I'm madness. 2 months negotiating. And the whole package, they were in 90 euros. We gave the whole package. We worked out.
Who's this for? Is he talking
for Hoyland? For Hoyland, yeah. For Hoyland for 85. The whole package is 85. So
it's 85 million euros, right?
Yeah, 85 million, but they wanted 90 million euros. They wanted.
Yeah.
And that's like what? That's like nearly 80 million.
Yeah,
we'll give them about 60. We'll give them 60 up front and then 8 installments or whatever. You know what I mean? And then add-ons always take it up to 85 million. But it is what it is, bro. So we're not. I don't think we're ready. I think Ten Hag's thing last night. I don't know if you saw it. He was.
No, I didn't watch it.
He was absolutely fuming. He was fuming about the first team. Actually, the second team looked better. In the first half, when I was watching that, the pattern up in midfield between Ericsson, Donny van der Beek, and Sancho dropping in into the number 10 areas as a false 9 was actually quite good. We kept the ball. Technical players keep the ball, keep it pushing, keep it rolling. So, it is what it is. People are making a massive thing out of this because it's like they're used to this polite football, innit? They don't know that. They've never seen. I've seen Roy Keane punch Will Neville on the pitch before. I've seen Schmeichel shout at people. I've seen people getting each other by the throat.
Yeah, 100%.
And then all he did was just shout at him because the game plan, what they worked on in training, was that Harry Maguire can't pass the ball there because that player's. So what you do? Give the ball back to Onana.
Facts.
And then Onana just tells him, and now the whole British media is having a meltdown. They're like, oh, they shouldn't have done that to Harry Maguire. It's so unfair. Get the hell out of here, man. Come and watch me play 5-a-side. Absolute jokers.
Facts. That's what
we bollock each other, mate. What are you doing? Fucking get back in there. That's what we do. That's football.
Yeah.
What are they on this PG stuff? What are they on CBBC, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like Jackie Norrie stories. Like, oh, please don't pass the ball there. Don't come back here.
Nah, tell him.
No.
Tell him. Yeah.
That's a bit that I didn't realize, actually. There's a bit of a leadership qualities about Onana, but we'll see. You know what? I just wanted, after having a goalkeeper that was shit at penalties, I just wanted a penalty saving monster.
Yeah, you were the penalty saving. Well, he can't.
And to be fair, I think Costa's going to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world anyway. In a short
so you're
time.
sold on Costa. Okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
He was my preference, 100%.
Yeah.
Mania was on. it was Costa, then Mannion, then Onana might be third or fourth actually.
Okay, no, that's first.
Yeah.
That's first. And yeah,
I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like I said, you know me, I got strong opinions. I'm happy to be proven wrong.
That's why.
I'm just a guy who lives in you, mate. I'm a guy who lives in you, mate. I'm not football tactical. I just see what I see, and I call it as I see it. Simple as.
It is. Big up to Mike for the super chat. He says, maybe I'm deluded, but I think we'll do very well this season. Nuruddin just mentioned players from FIFA. Costa and Young are not better than Onana. If Barella is so good, why isn't anyone else in for him? Mike, before I let Nuruddin respond, big up for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Big up, Mike.
Nuruddin, the floor. I know.
Yeah,
you
Mike.
plenty to say.
Nicolas Barella got voted the best midfield player last season in Italy. Right, the best midfield player. Costa for me is an absolute. Mannion is a brilliant goalkeeper. Now, there are many aspects to goalkeeper. You just playing a high line and being good with your feet like a midfielder. That's not just having. That's one aspect. That's one attribute. I can send you, Mikey. You on Twitter? Add me in a tweet or send me a like, and I'll send you the stats. The stats don't lie. It's there. They're there. It actually, in all of the different attributes, Costa has a better all round.
So you're saying stats-wise, he has better?
Stats-wise,
okay.
yeah, he has. But Onana he's made 6 months. He's only been playing 6 months, bro. And Manchester United by him. Nobody. I can tell you now, Flawless, you heard about Costa, Man United link. You've heard about Michael Mannion, Manchester United link. What's the last time you heard about Onana being linked with Manchester United? You've not heard about. You've not heard of that because ain't nobody was because this guy was banned for taking his wife's dieting pills or whatever he took.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Is that what it is?
Onana, yeah, that's why he had to leave. He had to leave Ajax because of that. He got banned, and then he was there for about a year or whatever. Inter, they got him in, got him fit, and then 6 months he started playing with him. So you're going off by one game, like everybody, like the majority of fan base. It was Champions League final, and because Pep Guardiola said, a player, it's impossible to play against the goalkeeper like that. Guess what? Pep Guardiola also says, he said Harry Maguire was a top centre-half. He's the best ball-playing English centre-half, and you know where that ended up, yeah. And you know what, Mike? I was calling that before nobody. And who am I? A guy who lives in Hume.
You did. You know what? I give you respect. I was giving you pushback on that. Yeah.
Listen, I am on YouTube. Go and check out Saeed's Straight Jacket podcast. Saeed's telling me we got Harry Beckham. I'm like, Harry what? Beckham Bawaru. This guy ain't going to do jack, man. We paid way over the odds for him. I'm saying that. Not to say that I'm not wrong about it. And I hopefully and pray, Mike, you're right. And I'm so wrong about it. I'm happy to go on camera and say, Onana, I got it wrong. Apologies. My G.
So are you,
know what I mean? Happy to say that.
Are you unhappy with the Onana signing?
No,
you just think
I'm not. I'm
options?
just saying to you, like, I just thought there were better options for Manchester United. If you want to bridge the gap, Michael Mannion and Costa were the goalkeepers to get. Because Michael Mannion, if you go into the Champions League and he goes to penalties, bro, he's saving those. He's a penalty monster. Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He is. And he can kick the ball good as Onana. Yeah, I don't know if he can do the high line good as Onana, but he can kick the ball and he's the modern goalkeeper. But now Manchester United fans are twerking and like, oh my God, because we've been used to David De Gea stay on the line. David De Gea, that absolute shitbag who just were like, no, and players, I don't want to get involved. Like, and I was done with him after Billy something who was playing for Sheffield United.
Billy Sharp.
Billy guy. Billy Sharp fucking bullied him. Billy Sharp's a little striker. He's not even that big, tall striker. Billy Sharp bullied him during a lockdown at Old Trafford when we lost that game, Sheffield United. And you know what? He didn't even go to the referee. Referee fouled me. He just sat there like that with his hands like that. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. That's what it was. Stay on your line, David De Gea. That's what we call him. Stay on your fucking line, David De Gea. No, that's it. It's too much for me. I'm a bit too scared. That's what he was. Fearful. That's what he was, David De Gea. So at the end of the day, I'm happy to be fucking wrong about Onana. I'm happy
so you're the best Northern, I swear. You're the best. I swear now. Hey, large up everyone who's tapped in before I ask Northern the next question. Bump up the likes. There's over 125 people in the building. Let's bump up the likes. Like check 1212. We're only at 38 likes. Let's get up to 60 likes, people. No, scratch that. Let's get up to 70 likes. Mods, get everybody liking the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. And make sure you subscribe to Northern's channel, United Real Therapy. The link is in the title. Click the link in the title. It opens up a new tab. Sarcasm City special, people. Where else else you're getting this type of content wherever you are in the world as well. And Mike has responded back. Big up Mike with the super chat. Who said
Big up, Mike.
both. He says both, Mike, big up for the super chat again. Both Costa and Manjong had more errors leading to goals than Onana. Onana had 0. All I'm hearing is penalty monster. Is the City keeper a penalty monster? Floor is yours, Nuruddin.
No, the City keeper is actually shit.
You don't rate Edison?
Edison, I'm not going to lie to you. I swear to you. Watch him. He lets in some of the like shots that are not even that amazing. But because City keep winning, like they're winning trophies, nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. Alisson's the best keeper in the league. By absolutely.
Oh yeah, I agree.
You know how many mistakes Alisson makes in a season? But you know what? People take that. I don't mind. Onana makes mistakes as well. But what people don't understand, Mike, is that Onana played for 6 months for Inter, and in the Champions League he was good. So was Michael Mannion. He was dominant in the Champions League. I'm sorry to you. Costa is a young goalkeeper. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. But you know what? I promise you now, he's going to turn out to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And I'll come back on here, Mike, and I'll come on this channel again. And in a couple of years' time, I'll say, like, you know what? I owe Mike an apology. Mike was all right about that one. I don't mind. I do not mind. That's just how I see it. That you go and ask anybody in the United fan base or even in world football, who was asking for Onana to be their goalkeeper 6 months ago? Nobody. Manchester United giddy for fan base saw one game in the final and got giddy. And you know what? You know what my experience tells me in watching football? Never buy a player of a World Cup form. Never buy a player of one game. No.
Yeah, facts.
Don't. Go and do your due diligence properly. The only thing that he might settle in and he might be good at Manchester United is that he's worked with a manager before. They've had a good relationship.
That's what I was going to say. So you have to... We know that Ten Hag wants him. So it's not in terms of a club signing. Ten Hag has asked for him. Where? Because me and you haven't spoke. So I don't actually know where you're at with Ten Hag. Do you trust him on his signings?
Listen, at the end of the day...
Where you at?
At the end of the day, it's not my me against him. I want him to do well as a Manchester United.
Yeah. No, so not against him. That's the wrong term. But okay, what level do you think he's at? Do you have your doubts? That's what I'm asking.
I have my doubts because I called it 4 months ago, before the end of the season. I said, if he keeps playing the same 11, we're going to fatigue out. And I was proven right. I was proven right. Yet again, undefeated, vindicated. That's what I'm honestly, undefeated, vindicated. And a lot of the fan base will always get me at Twitter and go, oh yeah, Man United getting sold. That's like Glazers ain't going nowhere.
Oh, we're going to get to that, Mr. Structure.
You know what I mean? You know what? And they win. But anyway, so I called it and said that, but I said, you're not managing in the area division. Manchester United, every team tries a bit harder when they play us because they're playing against the club, not just the team, they're playing against the prestige, the history, the name. That's who they're playing against. So make sure, like what Raniak said, Manchester United needed 10 players. So that's why I don't think, but at the end of the day, whether Nuruddin or Flawless think, it ain't going to matter. He's going to have to live and die by his signings. Like all managers. All managers live and die.
Do you like, that's where I'm at though, do you like his current signings in terms of the signings?
Listen, like I said to you, I'm putting my preference. I just told you about my preference, innit?
Yeah.
I said these players will take Manchester United to the next step. Casado for me, if we miss out on Casado, I'm telling you now, he's like another Kante. Manchester United are going to rue to get that. So Casado, Nicolas Barella, Casado, Kim Min-jae, a goalkeeper, so it could have been Costa or Mannion, right? That's that's my personal preference. Harry Kane and Højlund, Harry Kane or Evan Ferguson. I would have been happy with that. 2 strikers.
Okay, we definitely the second striker.
We made, right? We made, and maybe a right back as well, because I genuinely do think Wan-Bissaka has made in vast improvement.
Yes,
but that's because before he was Bambi on ice. My mind was getting mean the hell out of on Twitter. You know what I mean? Wan-Bissaka and people tripping up their feet, people falling over, all this comedy. You know, everybody's got their phones now, innit? Camera phone. Everybody catching their
facts.
doing a mad thing with the football.
Wan-Bissaka, but where do you stand with United signing? So, Onana, you like the signing overall is what I'm asking. At the end of the day, like I'm here to give everybody a chance in it. At the end of the day. And I'm happy to be proven wrong. I said that. Onana proved me wrong. Mason Mount proved me wrong. Højlund, I do rate him, but I do think it's a lot of money for a youngster. It is a lot of money for a youngster. And guess what? Guess who's the negotiator? Who's the director of football? Atlanta. Is it Merton? No, the guy you sold is Maguire.
Atlanta. The guy who told us Maguire.
Yeah.
You could make this shit up.
Yeah.
And by the way, Atlanta are like Brighton. They get their money, mate. They get their money. Nobody gets a player out of them without paying them right, though.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think a lot of pressure on him because he's not had the time to be embedded into the system. Manchester United, like I said, 2 months ago, we're talking to him. And guess what, Flo? Guess what? They gave him money, over £60 million. 2 months ago, they could have done that. This kid would have been well adapted into the way of the patterns of play now. Would have started at least 5 of the games. Would have played some of those games. But now, it's wait and see, FC, innit? We have to obviously take time with him. We can't just bring him about and crush him in the game. But sometimes, you know what? Some young players, you throw them at the deep end, and they'll shock you what they can do.
True.
But obviously, there's gonna be a lot of rival fans in it already getting their compilations ready in it before I even kick the ball, telling us about how this guy is a joke, this guy is that. Listen, don't watch United. That's how I know. Flaws, you know how I know Manchester United still means something? It's the rival fans, bro.
Yeah, we still
rival fans.
I agree. You ain't got to convince me. Yeah,
like,
you do not have to
honestly,
convince me.
I'm telling you, like, they make spaces. Oh, Manchester United lost in the preseason. I'm like, your team won a treble, bro. And you're talking about Manchester United. It just shows you the levels.
Yeah, facts.
It just shows, and that's why Buffer Stretford then he says it there, innit? Adorned, hated, but never ignored.
Facts, man. Hated, adored, never ignored. We are a juggernaut, despite what's going on. Big up Mike again for another super chat. Mike, much appreciated. He says Edison is a terrible shot stopper, but he's more of a positive in terms of build up, which is why we brought in Onana. That helps the team long term.
And that bit there, Mikey, I'm in agreement with you. I've never seen the high line that he takes up, even though it could be a crash course to get used to the league. Because one thing about the Premier League, it's unforgiving, mate. It's not for the faint-hearted, mate. You can bring whatever type of game, it'll catch you out. So one of the most impressive things about Onana is that he's almost like a midfielder playing as a goalkeeper. Like, he takes such a high line. Like, he's always there. So that bit there, I'll give you that. And the build-up play, yes. But I'm telling you, Ederson is horrendous shot stopper. He's so bad. And I'm glad that, bro, that you realised that before people will try to argue. I've seen him let in some of the, like, middle of the goal. Like, you know what I mean? And my guy's there, but he's doing this, like, flapping. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, if De Gea was doing some of the saves, that so-called saves, that attempt saves, Ederson was doing, I'm telling you, the fan base would have absolutely dragged him out of his house. That's what they would have done to De Gea, right? But they're not doing that to Ederson. You know why? Because every team that's successful, players can be different, but because you're winning, nobody talks about it.
Yeah, that's true. Winning does shut up a lot of things. But moving on from Onana, you've mentioned Højlund, who you've mentioned as well. Mason Mount, where do you stand with that signing?
Like I said, I wanted Nicolas Barella. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So I know your preference was Nicolas Barella, but we ended up getting shout out the cat in the building as well.
Scholesy, mate.
Shout out Scholesy. Could do with Scholesy in the midfield.
Ginger not there. Scholesy, yeah.
Mason Mount, what's your thoughts on him as a signing?
Mason Mount, I understand why the manager wants him off the ball, but we also need players who are on the quality on the ball. Manchester United need to control the midfield. We need players who are quality on the ball. We need quality. So I understand why he's very good at following instructions, tactical instructions, very good at taking it. He's very intelligent in terms of like football intelligence. He absorbs that stuff. And that's why managers like him. So I understand why. He played against him. He wanted to sign him when he was playing, I think, Utrecht or whoever he was playing for. No, Vitesse. He was playing for Vitesse. I think maybe Ten Hag was managing the team I just mentioned. But anyway, so he's wanted him and he's been after him and he's rated him. So that's on him as well. Onana's on him. That's on him. Yes. Højlund is somebody that I think that the teams have scouted and everybody's been after him. I think Arsenal might be the team. So Fabrizio Romano's not saying who was after him. What other team that was after him?
What other teams was going in for him?
And he's only going to reveal it after he signs the contract with Manchester United. I think he might be Arsenal. You know? I think he might be Arsenal. Chelsea or Arsenal, one of those two. Okay. And if I'm a betting man, I'm saying Chelsea or Arsenal.
So, Mount, you understand why the manager.
I understand why the manager got him, but it's not my preference. Nicolas Barella can do three different things all at once, bro. Defend, one of the most hardworking, intelligent footballers, amazing passer of the ball, and also like will press the shit out of teams, bro. And you know what? He's injury prone. He's only missed maybe in 2 seasons. He missed 3 games or 2 games.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is
honestly.
Yeah,
got voted the best midfielder in Serie A last season. In the Champions League, he was doing bits for them, absolute bits. And Liverpool wanted him. So just to say that, Mike, Liverpool and Klopp highly rated him, but I think they wanted 75 million to 80 million euros for him, Inter Milan.
Jesus. Big up to King Stash. Says so far during preseason, Emerin 1 assist, Aaron Hansen 1 assist, Donny van de Beek 2 assists, Maino 2 assists, Dan Gore 1 assist, not one first team player assisted during preseason. I wouldn't rate big up for the super chat, King Stash. I wouldn't really take too much into that because we know that our first team don't create. I've been saying this for the longest. Why can't Manchester United? Why do I think Manchester United can compete at this top level? We don't create enough and we don't score enough goals. Look at the team. And all we did is add Mason Mount. Now we've added Højlund, so cool. But I still don't think Højlund and Mount is enough to go where we want to go. Like Nuruddin said, I want to be wrong on these things. I don't see it. That's why I don't pay too much attention to preseason. This is why I've not watched it. I'm not really paying it. I'm not really fussed. And big up to Mike, you know what I'm saying, for the super chat. He says, Barella is an Italian Jemba Jemba.
Now you're trolling. You're trolling.
You're trolling. Big up Mike.
Barella got voted the best midfielder. Big up to him, though, bro. Big up to the other brothers over the super chat. Just to say, big up to everybody, man. Just to say that, just to say, Manchester United, did you see for the first time ever today, some quotes came out where Eric Ten Hag is literally twerking for Harry Kane. He's like,
what did he say?
He goes the best goal scorer, probably the best ever goal scorer in the Premier League. And he usually goes, "Oh, I do not talk about other teams' players." And then he's coming out with stuff like that. He's twerking. He's absolutely getting on the pole, mate. He's definitely doing a lap dance for him. He's jumping on the pole, bro. He's doing a lap dance, mate. He's doing a lap dance. I'm telling you. Honestly,
man. Jesus Christ, it is. And big up to Pels as well, who says Flawless finally found someone who agrees on Kane after months of battling, laughing my ass off. Facts. I've been saying the same thing that you were saying about Kane initially in regards to people think we sign him and automatically, we're contenders.
No, we don't.
No, we're not. Look at the team. I'm saying, look at the team.
Look at England. England, mate, bottled it. He's a bottle job. He has got a bottle job in him. He has.
Oh, you think he's a bottle job? I won't even go that far. Okay, why do you think he's a bottle job?
Look at England. Bangs in penalties against all these, like, middos. You know what I mean? Banging in penalties. When it comes to England taking a lead against France in the Euro quarter-final, where does he go? Fucking, that ball's still travelling. That ball is still fucking travelling. That ball is still in the air that he hit in that World Cup in Qatar. That ball is still moving around, I'm telling you, somewhere in space. It's still moving. It's on his way to Mars. At the end of the day, look, there's a bottle job tendency to him. Of course, it's a spacey thing, but it's also about him. When it comes to the crunch, he's not there. There was the time to step up for England. People go, England are shit. No, Spurs. No, England are not that shit. England got to finals, man. At the end of the day, and he didn't step up. He didn't. England got knocked out by Croatia. There he was there, bottled it. He had the chance, remember, to square it.
Oh, you mean the one to Sterling? I'm not sure if he was offside, but even outside of him squaring it, you can do more in the game. You're one of the best players on the pitch.
Listen, exactly. At the end of the day, you think about it, how many times he scored at Old Trafford? Harry Kane. How many?
I think it's once.
Once or twice. Once or twice. Twice. I think he scored twice. Twice he scored. Oh, and how many? That's after how many seasons? Not like he's not had the chances. At the end of the day, listen, I do think, but the way the Manchester United fans make it out like Harry Kane, is that I'm only saying these things because they make it out like he's Messi or like Ronaldo. It's like he's not Messi or Ronaldo. He's not prime Messi or prime Ronaldo. He's not that guy. He's not even a prime Wayne Rooney. Forgive me. He's not.
Talk about it.
All round Wayne Rooney was a match winner. Absolute beast. Wayne Rooney's like telling the fullback, yo, you take a chill, I'll get this winger for you. I'll two-foot him down on the corner. That's what Wayne Rooney was like. You know what I mean? Harry Kane, and even now I take him to things. Yeah, he knows where the goals in the Premier League. But I look at him, I think his most positions, if you look at the heat map, it's number 10, the way he's been playing. For England as well. He comes too deep because the pace ain't there no more. Why do you think players, as they get older, you know that players, they get older, and especially the types of injuries that they drop in deeper and deeper and deeper. So it is what it is. Listen, I wanted him in so he can be a professional. He's one of these concept professionals. He's that Hoyland can learn something of him. A young striker like Evan Ferguson could have learned something of him. But yeah, it is what it is.
Facts. JB says Norridin is just level-headed, man, can't handle the facts, bro. As well, big up to everyone in the chat. I see you lot. Continue to bump up the likes, please. We're only at 55 likes and there's over 135 of you lot in the building. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's bump up them likes, people. Let's get up to 80 likes.
That's the least you could do, man. What are you like the Glazers?
Hit the like,
the people watching here like the Glazers, bro. What is this? What is this rationing the likes? Yo, this is getting free content. You're only saying that. I know times are hard. And the friends are a few, but come on, stop rationing the lights, man.
Stop rationing the lights. Bump
this
up the
is
lights.
Free content.
Exactly, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and subscribe to Norridin's channel, United Real Therapy. Again, the link is in the title. This is why I love doing these Sarcasm City specials, because I get to give people like the OG Norridin their flowers. That's what this is. So Norridin, we'll move on for that. There's been plenty of conversation, and I'm sure you've had this conversation in regards to the style Ten Hag wants to play. And obviously, initially when he was here, most people thought it was going to be possession-based. In the first season, we were linked with De Jong. Obviously, we didn't get it. We then did get Eriksen. But then there seems to have been a shift to a more off-the-ball, closing down, cover every blade of grass, transition football. Where are you at with that? Would you prefer the possession-based? Do you like the transition? Are you against it? What? I
think it's a mixture. I like a mixture of football. I don't like stubborn people who just play one way. I want you to mix it up. Fergie, that's what I'm saying. Fergie, regardless what you think about Fergie, he mixed it up. In Europe, because European teams were banned, so he didn't have the experience to play a lot of European, especially the Champions League, the early days when there's only one team playing in it, and then the three foreigner rule that they used to have. So they had to choose to play Schmeichel.
I remember the free foreigner rule. What years was that though?
It's the early 90s.
Early 90s. I do remember that.
I remember when we got popped by Barcelona and we couldn't play Schmeichel. We played the second goalkeeper.
Was it Van der Gaal?
You know what I mean?
Was it Van der Gaal?
No, it was another guy. It was somebody else. I forgot his name.
Okay.
It was another goalkeeper. Somebody in the chat will know. One of the old heads in the chat will know.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're with the transition football because you did mention you understand why he signed Mount.
Yeah, but then in the transition, you still need to be good on the ball. You have to be able to keep the ball, and you have to be able to. You can't just give the ball away like a hot potato. You can't, right? Yeah. You got to work hard, obviously, to win the ball back. But transition doesn't just mean to me like counter-attacking football.
No. Transition.
Because with the press, you can win the ball up the pitch like what Liverpool used to do. Yeah. Be aggressive on the press on the last third. Strikers and wingers and like attacking midfielders are winning the ball back. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So that's what it could be for me. That's what it could be.
Yes. And let's get into something that let's get onto a topic that you love discussing in regards to the structure of Manchester United Football Club. Mr. Structure himself, the OG Norridin in the building, Sarcasm City TV special. You mentioned it slightly earlier. You don't think the Glazers are going anywhere. Why is that? Talk to us.
One, because too many of the fans are getting a bit too giddy. If you looked at the original statement, they said they what was the words they used? They used the words of strategic investment. Okay. So it's strategic. Was it another word they used? It was something to do with strategic investment. I think it was strategic options or whatever they were looking at. So they never actually said people got too giddy and said a full sale. And you know that both Qatar and Jim the Ratcliffe, because he's a rat by the way. If the Glazers 1% of the Glazers are staying at this football club, it's not a full sale for me. I'd rather the Glazers stay because then we can fight fully. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But I'm not having Jim the Ratcliffe. If you listen, if you can't afford Manchester United fully, get out of the race. If you're not willing to buy Manchester United and take Manchester United off the New York Stock Exchange, get the F out of the race.
First,
let somebody else who can buy the club. We might have that money who can meet their evaluation or whatever. Let them get it. So people were telling me May and March, and I told them that they're getting a bit too giddy. And people were like, nah, you're just being negative. But at the end of the day, come in the end of March and May, they came. I told them everybody that these are all fake deadlines. But no, it's the rain group that said this is the deadline. I said every one of them is a fake deadline. If you're selling something, it's basic, bro. I take it down to the street level. If you've got something that I want, you can set how many deadlines. If I come back with a price that you want it in, you're gonna sell that product to me.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell that to me. So that's what it is. That's what I don't believe. And the biggest thing for me is that just the way they're like up to season tickets, they were employing people, all these little things for me to say. So why are you employing certain people? That's it. Big up Walsh. I knew it.
Walsh.
Yeah, Barcelona. Oh my God. That night, I'll never forget watching big match on ITV, Champions League, early days in the 90s. I was so excited. It was Stoichkov and Romario that absolutely put us to the sword.
Jeez. Crazy.
Yeah. That was a crazy strike for us. If you know, you know. Stoichkov, general. He was a general in the Bulgarian army, bro. Don't mess that up. Man was a general in the Bulgarian army.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's mad.
Now, honestly, look it up. General Stoichkov, mate, and Romario, one of the best deft touch one touch finishers you'll ever see. One of the most composed strikers I've ever seen in world football. Bro, he's just like in other toes. He used to flick the ball like that into the corner before goalkeepers can set. Next levels, bro. Next level. If you ever coaching any strikers, if any of you are coaches out here, get them, especially strikers, get them to watch Romario. Will do nothing for 98 minutes, 89 minutes. Give him one chance, bang, back of the net, mate. So the reason why I don't believe they're selling, because I personally think something would have been done. It's been 8 months now, bro. 8 months. 8 effing months. They said it in October. Was it October or November? Was it October?
I think it might have been
October.
When was it said though? Because when was it initial? Because there's things that have been mentioned. Are you talking about when the Glazers put out a statement? Someone in the chat will let us know, please.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat.
It's been 8 months. It's been around 8 months now, bro. We can say that safely. It's around 8 months now. And excuse me, I personally think that they're looking for an investment and to stay. So Jim the Ratcliffe might be giving them the money to stay. And for me, I'm not having that. I'm not having it.
Okay, why you so against Jim Ratcliffe?
I didn't hear the question, bro. It just cut out for a bit.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I said, why are you so against Jim Ratcliffe?
Because he's a snake, mate. You go into bed with the Glazers and you call yourself a Manchester United fan and you see the amount of damage that they've done to this football club. And then you're coming out in statements and in interviews calling them nice people. Get the F out of here with that professional talk, man. I'm not here for that.
Facts.
And then you're telling me I want to put the R back, was it the red back in Manchester United or something like that? The Manchester back in Manchester United. Listen, I don't give two Fs where you're from Timbuktu or you're from Mars, mate. If you're coming to get rid of the Glazers, you're coming to get rid of the Glazers. So that's the first one. Second one, I look at Nice. That's what's happening in Nice. And I see that what he's done in Nice, where the club captain's coming out saying, what the hell's going on here? There's he's kept Nice. He's actually made them even worse before he bought them. They're just like, they're not even in European team anymore, like proper European team. So it is what it is. But to me, you're a snake if you're backstabbing. I'll say the same if it's Jassim. Anybody who's facilitating for the Glazers to stay at this
talk about it.
Two Glazers. I'm not having you.
Agree.
I'm having anybody who comes in. It's just like clean slate, and I'm having no debt. I'm having take Manchester United off the New York Stock Exchange, invest in a brand new stadium, 90 to 100 seater. A bowl. I'll have a bowl, please, with a roof. Thank you very much. While we're there, you know what I mean. Call it the Amazon. I don't give a damn whatever you want to call it. Let them pay for it. They'll sponsor it. You know what I mean? Over 10, 15 years or whatever. We generate all of that side, like the Etihad, all that regeneration of the Etihad. Do it like that. Why can't you do it all around Old Trafford? Do all that land. Actually, they can build a stadium because the Glazers own the land. When you own Manchester, you own the land behind the bit behind there. You know, the same all the old mills and the old factories there in that Trafford Park area. So do a stadium there. Bring the women's team. Make sure you can. I think you should keep Old Trafford, but minimize it to 30,000. Keep Old Trafford small, really small, and then give it to the women's and the youth team. You know what I mean? To turn that into a 30-seater, 25,000-seater.
So
for the women's,
the size of it. Okay.
Yeah. For the women's and the men, and keep that, and then build the biggest stadium behind it. 100-seater, please. I'll have a bowl, please. I'll have a roof while you're there.
State of the art.
That's
training
it.
as well. What are you saying about?
That's it. And of course, that the training ground, bloody hell, is a joke. Since we moved from the cliff, the Carrington used to be the state of the art where everybody looked at it. You know, I mean, it became the Aeon Sports Center or whatever, Aeon high tech sport thing. It was an absolute joke, mate. Ronaldo told you the swimming pool, the hydrotherapy thing doesn't work. That helps players aid like recovery. All these things don't work. Get the state of the art thing in there. Again, get some of these big medical companies to sponsor it. We don't care if the Carrington's called whatever, Aeon or whatever it's called. We don't care about that. Yeah. Nobody's asked about that, mate. You know what we're asked about? Players recovering. Players winning big trophies of Man United. Man United competing for the biggest trophies. I wish I didn't have to do the research. The only reason why I started the channel, as you know, Flawless, is that I wanted to educate people about the bankers, the Bristol, the Bristol University bankers who were playing Championship manager with Manchester United, and the Glazers who put them in charge, and they got found out in that decade, $1.5 billion in a decade, and we've got 2 Europa Leagues, one League Cup, and we got one FA Cup in a decade. Yeah. 2 Europas. Yeah. Dun, 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 right? Have we even got 2 Europas? I think we've got 1 Europa, I think.
Nah, it's one.
It's one Europa.
The one in the Mourinho.
One League Cup.
Yeah, 1 League Cup.
And 1 FA Cup?
No. 2 League Cups. Because Mourinho
2 League Cups.
Yeah,
who do we did the League Cup with?
Mourinho won the League Cup. He won the Europa League and the League Cup in the same time.
Yeah. So 2 League Cups. 2 League Cups, 1 Europa and 1 FA Cup. That is disgraceful for $1.5 billion. Me and you, Flawless, I promise you, me and you would have done a better job at recruiting players for Manchester United than the bankers who are playing Football Manager.
Agreed.
That's who we are. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is.
That's fair. I was gonna get onto speaking of that in terms of trophies. What are now your expectations for this season coming up? What are you looking at in regards to trophies, regards to top 4? Obviously, not even top 4. Just
I think
the Premier
top 4.
League,
you know what?
Back in the champs, and we're back in the Champions League as well.
Now I see Crystal Palace buying Brazilians with a Ballon d'Or clause. Premier League's gonna be tough.
Wait, who did they buy?
Brazilian kid, talented Brazilian striker with a Ballon d'Or clause on him.
Hey, Faz.
So listen, the Premier League's going to be tough. I think Liverpool are not going to be the shit still. I expect Liverpool to challenge for the league. Liverpool are the only team that, I know it hurts to say it, but the only team that in recent years who put any gloves on City. You know what I mean? In terms of challenging the league for them, they took it to the last day. This of course they've lost a lot of players. They lost a lot of midfield. They lost Sadio Mane. They lost Hendo. They've lost Milner. These season pros. They're losing all these guys. So I understand, but they're going to have to get a new midfield. Obviously, Sadio Mane was a massive thing, and he's gone. And to be fair, Liverpool got rid of him at the right time because he can't do that football anymore. He's injury prone at Bayern, and then next minute he's going to Saudi Arabia where everybody's getting paid. Yo, shout out to the Saudi Football League. Do you need some content creators around the Saudi League? Because we are up for a sale as well with those wages. Trust me and Flawless are. Shout out to anybody from Saudi Arabia. Me and Flawless are definitely up. We're definitely on for sale. You know what I mean? So if you want any hype, anything created, any content specifically in English created around us, the hype of the Saudi in English, we're here. Absolutely here 24/7. We'll do it.
We are here. Yes,
we are here. We're doing it. No problem. So yeah, big up.
Emails. The contact details are there. People just send the email.
Exactly.
Just send the email.
Exactly. It is what it is. Big up. So I don't see them being bad. Of course, I want Man United to improve. For me, the biggest thing about last season was that he couldn't coach because every 3 days we were playing a game. So I expect before we get into the League Cup and before the Champions League starts, I hope that he gets with time to coach the patterns of play that he's trying to get across. And I hope that we'll do it. But I mentioned it before and I got segued into another thing. That's blame the ADHD. It's the fact that I think some of our players are fatigued from last season. Looking at the preseason, Shaw, Bruno, Rashford, fatigued from last season.
Oh, so you think it's a little bit of tiredness? That's
bit of tiredness, bro. Because they played, Man United played more minutes than anybody else in the Premier League.
Games.
So
we played almost every game possible, apart from the
Europa
League.
Exactly.
We played every game possible. Right?
Exactly. So to me, this ain't an Eredivisie. You have to freshen it up. And that's why I wanted those quality 5 players that I mentioned to you before in the team, in the first team. So then the first team players then become the substitutes and then get rid of the dead wood that he didn't trust last season. That would have been the natural progression, but the club are not like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And by the way, we could have had a Casado for 6 million. But hey,
that's a whole different. So then what is the aim for you then? What is a season?
What's the aim for me?
Yeah, listen, you say it's a good season at the end of it.
I'm always glass half empty in it because the Glazers are there in it. I'm always. I can't separate.
Forget about them though. I'm just talking about.
No, but I'm looking at them because they're always they affect it. Kim Min-jae, bro, was there. Manchester United were talking to for 4 months. It was his first choice. Eric Ten Hag's first choice. And guess what Bayern do? Bam.
Because we never made a formal bid.
Yeah,
but I hear what you're saying with the Glazers, but I'm just talking about.
No, but in terms of what I see, the players that we've got now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be getting to the top 4 again, and maybe a trophy.
Okay, so where are you at? So what the question I'm asking is, at the end of the season, what would you, if we got top 4 in a trophy, would you be like, yeah, that's a good season? Say we finished 6th.
No, I'd be like, that's what we signed. That's the quality of players we signed to get us there.
So that's the level you think we're at, is a trophy.
Yeah, that's the level we are.
A domestic trophy and the top 4. So say for example, we didn't win a trophy and we finished 6th or 7th, for example. That's what I predicted last year.
No,
I know last year. I'm talking about this season coming up. Is that something that if that happened this season, so we didn't win a trophy, finished 6th or 7th, would you be like, that's a bad season? I'm not happy.
Yeah, 100% that's a bad season.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Fair,
that is a bad season because majority of the expectations are not. But I'm telling you, Chelsea and Liverpool are not going to be shit as they were last season. And if Chelsea and Liverpool were on the game, they would have caught us. We would not be in the top 4 this season. We're not being in the Champions League.
Did Chelsea would have caught us? Liverpool would have.
No, Liverpool. That's what I'm saying to you. Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
But if they were both on it, like obviously with Harry Potter and all that, but you know, I mean, hold tight. Whoever thought that Harry Potter, I told everybody that these Chelsea are not ass. Todd Bowley is moving like Woodward. He's got that Woodward energy. But then you see them. Look what Chelsea do, bro. They sold 5 players in a month.
Yeah.
They corrected, even when they've got their madness, they corrected selling all their players to Saudi Arabia. They sold 2 players to AC Milan, rest to Saudi Arabia. At least they corrected with Glazonomics. You can't correct shit. There's no room to correct anything.
We have got rid of a couple. We have got rid of a couple players, though.
Bro. What we've got? We got rid of Led. We got rid of.
Not even Led. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about Zidane.
No, but on a free. Not for money though. Not for money.
Yeah. But it's a question of just. It's not for money. Get them out. I'd give these men away for free now. What are we talking about? Maguire and McTominay. Bro. I'd give them away now for free. Give me some chocolate. Hey, give me some chocolate fox. Give me some chocolate fox biscuits. And what are we talking about, Norridin? These players are not good. I don't care for free or not. Give me some Jaffa cakes, 100%. Just regular packet of Jaffa cakes too, and I give away these men.
You have to sell players to be able to. Like Manchester United do not sell well. We've not sell well for a long time. Manchester United have get ripped off. Our academy is one of the worst ever productivity in terms of bringing money. Other teams like Man City, guys who never kicked any ball for the first team are getting sold for 20 million. On what?
Actually, Chelsea, that being said, though, we did
Chelsea was selling players. Chelsea was selling players under Rebic who never kicked the ball for Chelsea.
They did. However, we did sell Alanga for good money, though.
Manchester United, I'm telling you now, listen, Scott McTominay is a box-to-box number 8. He's worth 40 million to 45 million, mate. On current market, when Man United are getting bent over, he's worth that much. Again,
this is current market. If no one guess what,
and Harry Maguire is made to play for David Moyes. David Moyes is made block football. He's there, headering everything out. He's made 40 million for him as well.
However, you said there's 30 to 40 million for Maguire and McTominay. If no one pays that for them, guess what? They're not worth that. No one offers that much money for him. They're not worth that. That's why I said with the Maguire situation. That's why I said with the Maguire situation, if he's still here, that is on us.
They're not surviving in a week in Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabians would. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Saudi Arabians.
No, I'm just saying. So where's the? So then the window closes in a month. By that time, we should have had an offer for those two. If we do not get an offer of 30 to 40 million for those two players, they're not worth that amount. That's what the market is telling you.
No, that's not what. Not necessarily, bro.
Of course. So how?
If Scott McTominay was named Scott something like Pinto Alcantara, whatever his name is, and he might have been Brazilian, we could have sold him to Saudi Arabia, mate. I'm telling you,
we could have, but he's not. He's Scott McTominay from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you is that in the market, like the market dictates. They said 20 million for Harry Maguire. They were taking a fucking piss. They were having a laugh. They're absolutely having a laugh. At the
How
end
much
of
did
the
they
day,
offer for him? How much was it again?
20 million for
I would have took the 20 million.
You just want to see him
gone. Yes, because
a guy that you paid 80 million for.
Because you know what? You have to cut your losses because this is the point that I'm making. We can say that.
How much more can we do it? Man United cut their losses. Paid out Sanchez.
We gotta do what we got. Hey, bad decisions. Hey, bad decisions. That's what it is. You're trying to correct bad decisions. That's legit what it is. You said, like I said, you said Maguire, McTominay, 30 to 40 million. If nobody offers that for him, then they are not worth that. That's like me trying to sell this channel and saying I want 500,000 for the Sarcasm City TV, YouTube, and the Twitch. I can think it's worth that. But if nobody offers me 500,000, guess what? It's not worth 500,000. That's just legit what it is. That's why with Maguire, we are playing a very dangerous game because there's no guarantee West Ham are going to come in for him again. Move him on.
Apparently, they're making a second bid. Apparently, today,
I hope so.
Reports, they made a second
I hope so. You know what I'm saying. And what's that bid? I would have took the 20 M's. What are we doing here? I can't believe we're even getting 20 million for him. I wouldn't buy him for 20 million. Are you crazy? If I was a West Ham,
the club bought him for 80, bro. 80,
and
you know what?
And the club made bad decisions too.
Wired it straight over, and it wasn't even installments. You know that, bro. Leicester City have gotten out a brand new training ground thanks to Harry Maguire. They're still laughing.
100%.
They might have gone down. Listen, they might have gone down, but the people who got the money, they're training like, wow, I can't believe we sold. That's
our bad business. That's our stupidity for signing him for that much. But eventually, you cut your losses and just say he's not good. None of these players we're talking about are good enough. Move them on. I don't understand this. Oh, go get X amount. We can't sell him for that. He's been here 4 years. He's not had a good season in almost half a decade. His value has dipped substantially. What are we talking about? It's decreased so much. I'd move him on. Like I said, give me any amount. I can't believe that we even getting 20 M's for him. Move him on.
I think if Manchester United sold decently well, then all this FFP bullshit Neil Ashton propaganda would be gone, because then that just takes it when you make sales. I like the fact that I wish him luck, actually. And I didn't hate on him because I think that the club put him out there and burnt him out, I think, for all the hype and everything as a young player. And it should have been taken out. And Ranieri used him to try to make a point about Rashford, obviously, and all of the players that weren't listening to him. So he played him into the ground. Anthony Elanga, I wish him luck. But they couldn't even get 20 million from Man City are getting 20 million for a goalkeeper.
That's great. That's great business for Elanga. Elanga's not worth that.
Bro, this kid scored goals in the Champions League.
He scored 1 goal in the Champs. He's worth 15 M's.
Bro, that's more than anybody else that any of the players who play for bloody Nottingham Forest have done.
Yeah, but he's
Nottingham Forest were buying 40 million. They're buying 40 million for people
he's
like
worth 50. Again, who was in for him? He's worth. That's his value. You're not getting how much.
Everton were in for him, but he didn't want to play.
But how much exactly? How much do we get? Like he's worth that. All right, we got more for Elanga than City got for Lavia. Everyone does bad deals. That's what I'm saying. People love to conveniently forget that.
No, actually, you know what, Lavia, he followed the coach, didn't he? Man City coach.
We got more for Elanga than they got for Lavia. If that was
Lavia
reversed,
didn't kick a ball for them though. Lavia
exactly, which is a mistake. Is Lavia better than Calvin Phillips?
I think so.
Exactly my point. Would Lavia start for pretty much any other team in the league bar them?
I'm good with that, man. You know, I'm not getting him.
This is the point I'm making. If we would have done that, World War III. All I'm saying is other teams make mistakes, and he's one of them with Manchester City. Obviously, they limit them. I'm just saying I don't understand this whole players are not good but get big amounts for them.
No. Listen, it's not big amounts.
It is a big. So you're telling me 30 million for Elanga is not a big amount?
It's not 30 million. Is that what it is?
No, it was 15 to 20. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, no. For me, the biggest thing
that's
about
a
young
steal.
players,
I couldn't believe he was getting that for him. But go on.
Listen, he's got actually high potential because people do their things. It's like Zidane Iqbal. Manchester United got less than a minute. Zidane Iqbal is a technically gifted footballer. I'm not just saying that because I know the kid now or he's from South Central Manning. But actually, to get that, I'm like, Manchester United sell. If you look at Manchester United, how we sell, bro, it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking, especially in the last 10 years. We let players go for free and get ripped off. But when we come to us selling players, we just get them on the absolute cheap. Guys out there trying it. Listen, Fred, there's so many other Brazilians out there in Saudi Arabian League. Get on that fucking train, mate. Get on that plane, mate. Get that private train. Get on there, mate. Go and play.
A Saudi team got to come in for him, which but they've not made a bid. They've not made a bid. No, they're not bid, but they're interested in taking him. Yeah, they're interested. So
listen,
that's what that is.
Listen, I'm telling you now, they're interested in taking Flawless from Sarcasm City. Forget about Fred. It's like the way the Saudi Arabia is moving. Trust me, mate.
I wish I do it for 5% of the price that Fred will do it. Yeah, shout me, 100%. I will get fit and in shape.
I'm telling you, forget that. They'll after the chat, mate. Forget that. They want to buy the chat. Forget that. Big up Nick Nash as well.
Big up everyone
big
in the chat.
MK United.
Big up my guy,
big
Malcolm.
Up, man.
It is. And big up to everyone who is locked in as well. Like, that's just legit what it is with us selling. So you're looking at, and wait, Champions League. Let's go there. I've said get out of the group and then just see what happens. I'm saying get out of the group.
We must, because you know me, the competition I hate more than anything else.
I know you don't like the Europa League.
I've told them already. If Man United drop into the Europa League, I ain't covering it. Get somebody else to do that bit for you.
I ain't doing
Europa League.
They almost killed me last year. The Europa League watch along.
No, mate, it's not happening. It's not happening. You know, on the high when you watch the big games in the Champions League, the champions, and then you have to deal with da 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 da. How dead that sounds. Okay. Yo, Thursday nights are date nights for me, man. No messing about. I want to get out and about on Thursday. I want to go cinema. I want to go out. You know what I mean? Go for some food. That's what I want. I want some romance on a Thursday night. I don't want to be watching Manchester United bloody playing in Moldova or somewhere like that. You know what I mean? Shout out to the team in Moldova, but that's not what I'm here, man.
You know, but not here. So what do you think? So what is your expectation? Yes, get out of the group. Where you at? Are you saying the first knockout round of 16, last 8, last 4, final, win it? Where you at?
In the Champions League?
Yeah, Champions League. What are you saying?
No, I think quarterfinal, semi-final is quarterfinal for me is healthy. That's healthy. Let's not get greedy here. We're being a Europa League. We can't even win the Europa League, so we go give it all us. You know what I mean? So let's not get too giddy. You getting giddy? You said quarterfinals. I'm like, listen, no, quarterfinal for me. That's progression.
Yeah, no. Don't get mistaken. It will be progression. You're saying don't be greedy here. I think that's greedy. You know what I'm saying? Get me out of the group. And I'm like,
you were talking about semi-final and final. I'm like, yo, where you going with that?
No, I asked you. No, I asked you the question. Don't do that. Don't do that. I asked you the question. I said, where do you stand? I said, get out of the group personally, but I asked you. You might have said, win it. It's at Wembley. You know what I'm saying? You might be like,
the Neil Ashton propaganda seeped in, bro. You don't even know who Neil Ashton is, but that might have seeped in with final, like semi-final and final, yo. I'll be over the moon with that. I'll be over the moon with it. I'm just
asking, like, where is, like, what your expectation is.
Manchester United been involved in big games like that. I'll take that all day, mate.
Yeah.
All day.
It's all about the draw, man. It's all about injuries in the draw.
That's what it is. It's big time football, man. Big time football. Only I think the World Cup is the only competition that's watched more than the Champions League globally. So it is what it is.
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
But to me, it's progression. It's progression.
It'd be phenomenal. Like I said, if we get out of the groups and reach the last 16,
and that's why I love Ronaldo. Honestly, Ronaldo. One thing I say about him when he was there, he might have stunk the place out with his attitude, leaving, getting in his car and all that. Disgraceful. But one thing in that season, he saved me from under Ranier. He saved me from Europa League. To me, the most heart-wrenching game was at Old Trafford against Atlanta. We're 1-0 down. Ronnie to the rescue. The Villarreal game, Ronnie to the rescue, flawless. That man to the rescue. Ronnie, Ronaldo, mate, to the rescue. Saved me from another season dropping into the Europa League. No chance, man. I'm not having it. I'll be absolutely sick to my stomach. And I'll have to question the manager. Manchester United drop into the Champions League.
I'm not with the Europa League. Get out of the group stages. win one knockout round. If we get to the last 16, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah, well, rock and roll, mate. Well, I'll have a bit of that. Last 16 quarters. I'll have it. I'll take that.
All right.
I'll
So say we do get to the quarters and then we get to the semi-final. You getting giddy?
If we get to a final, Man United not going to the final to lose. We're going to win it. You heard it here first, people. Manchester United get to, because we don't get to finals that often these days. I think we can do some madness.
Hey, it's at Wembley.
Wow.
The Champions League finals at Wembley. Yeah, the Champions League
our
finals
record
at
is
Wembley.
lose one final, lost one. I mean, how disappointing was that City game, bro? That's why.
Yeah, go on, talk about
these fakers, man. I swear to God. I'm like, just give it something. But I blame Ten Hag as well. Because for
why
me,
do you blame Ten Hag?
Because he kept playing everywhere. They were all burnt out. Gassed FC, mate. They were gassed.
Huh?
They were all gone. No gas. No gas in the tank, bro. It's all gone. You know what I mean?
That's fair, but they can even put in even more effort. But I hear you. I understand why he played a constant 11 because the rest of them man are just rubbish. That's why I said I'd give him away. They're just not good whatsoever. I don't trust these men against anything. Stephanie G says, Flawless, you have Raw, Real, and Red on Nuruddin is box office, big up the therapy army. Yeah, man, I already know. Me and Nuruddin go way back. For those that may not know, like, I've known Nuruddin, like, since I started content creating. Like, even before I started Sarcasm City.
And look where you are now, man. Big up, man. Doing Twitch, doing all, man. One of the hardest working, man, channels.
Love, man.
Covering all sports, man. The NBA's, man, till the last early hours of the morning, man. Who won the NBA, by the way, this year? Who won?
Shit, I'm acting like I didn't watch it. The Nuggets. Denver Nuggets won.
Denver Nuggets. Who did they beat in the final?
Won. The Miami Heat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Miami Heat. Beating Miami Heat. I think it was 4-1 in the end.
So were the Denver Nuggets unfancied? Yeah, they were not one of the
They was one of the favorites because they got one of the best players. Jokic was MVP.
Oh, Jokic.
And Jokic was MVP. So Jokic won, but yeah, they beat everyone. Who did they beat? The Suns. Who did they beat after the Suns? Let me know in the chat, please, people. I can't remember, but yeah, they beat the Suns, and that was impressive.
Who's your team there anyway, but who's your team?
I'm also follow players than teams. I don't really have a team I'm attached to like that. They're just players that I like. That's why I like watching. Yeah.
So, but Miami Heat, Miami Heat, who plays for them against?
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's their biggest. Yeah. Jimmy Butler's their biggest player, and he did well to even get them to the final, to be honest, because his team wasn't all that. His team was not all that whatsoever. So yeah, the Nuggets ended up winning. But I love the NBA, like the playoffs, because it's just high. It's high stakes. High stakes, high pressure, high intensity, and it's just a great watch as well.
High tension, man. You know what? I watched that documentary about that guy. What's his name? It's gonna kill me now. It's an old school. No, before Jordan, the guy that actually changed basketball. Let me just go in here 1 second.
Just do your thing.
Basketball. I'll get it for you. Basket.
Yeah, do your thing. While Nuruddin does that, let's bump up the likes, people. Still over 130 of you lot in the building. Only at 78 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes. We need to go to triple digits. Like check 1212. Let's hit that like button. And let's subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV. I'm just refreshing the screen to see where we're at. Subscribe to Nuruddin's channel. United Real Therapy as well. Make sure you do that. Subscribe to Nuruddin's channel, United Real Therapy. I'm on here at 7,346. Looking for 4 more subscribers, people. Get us to 7,350. Looking for 4 more subscribers. There's over 130 of you lot in the building. And don't forget, all of the Sarcasm City TV specials are available on all the audio platforms as well. All Sarcasm City TV audio platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and all the specials and all the other shows on the channel here on the YouTube and on the Twitch, apart from watch-alongs, pro clubs, and fan calling shows are available. So you might want to listen while you're at work, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. You might be on your way to work. You might just be traveling. Might be at the gym. So yeah, make sure you check us out on all audio platforms. I'll drop all the links in the chat in a second, people. But they're underneath.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about the noise, bro. It's
good,
Billy Russell. Billy Russell, man.
Oh, Bill Russell. Yeah, he won like enough rings.
Yeah. But he changed basketball for what it was. You know, the rebounds and that, like the rebound. He changed the game. Without him, it will not be the game that it is right now. Literally, go and check out. That's one of the best documentaries of this on Netflix. One of the best documentaries I've seen. It's called, it's honestly, that I really love that documentary. It educated me a lot about NBA and so it's called Billy Russell. Billy Russell legend. That's what it says. Billy Russell legend.
I just said he won 11 rings. I know that he won a lot of rings.
My guy came. You know the Celtics. You know the Celtics are who they are because of him. The Celtics, man. And
he won a lot of rings for the Boston Celtics. Okay.
Yeah. That's where he won. Yeah, he won all these trophies, man. He came and changed basketball, man. Trust me.
Yeah, Eddie just said it there. It's a really good one, Flawless. Like, Eddie, obviously, he's Laker Nation NBA through and through. So I'm definitely going to check that out because I do enjoy watching things of that nature.
He changed the drop, bro. He's like the Pele, basically, bro. You know, like Pele. On American football, it was somebody like OJ. OJ changed it. Well, OJ, like, changed American football from what it was. You know what I mean? And Pele, like, switched up the game. Billy Russell's like the Pele type of legends, you know what I mean? Like, he literally changed. It was him that
Bill Russell, because I know the name, because I'm not knowledgeable that on previous
Bill Russell,
NBA players like from the past. I'm a newbie to it, but I hear exactly.
My guy's got all his hands full of rings, man. Yeah. And then he became the coach and actually won. Can you imagine? You're the coach and then you win it as well.
Yeah, you got to respect it. You really do. That being said, switching back to football, switching back to Manchester United, Amrabat. Fan of him? Not a fan of that type of signing? Where you at? It looks like it's going to be a decent price.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to see, bro. People are telling us we're getting decent price for Haaland and we got burned. So let's not get a bit too giddy. People are getting a bit too giddy, right? Until
they're saying 20 to 30 M's though.
Listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, innit? Listen, I've got the Lietzen. Big up the Lietzen. He's a brother that lives in America. He's a big Fiorentina fan. He comes on the channel. He's coming in a couple of the calling shows, so sometimes comes and contributes. Yeah. So big up the Lietzen. He's a big Fiorentina fan, and he told me that this player is. He said it took him a long time to adapt to the Serie A. When he adapted, he became a baller. He's quite good in it. We saw him in the World Cup, but like I said, I don't buy players of a World Cup form. So I've spoke to him properly. Obviously, his stats are up there. He's actually one of the best ball-playing midfielders in Europe. He plays balls into the last third. His accuracy is good. Long balls are really good. Obviously, he's a diehard. He's worked with Ten Hag before. So that's another sign. So we'll see, but we 100% need cover. 100% Flawless.
Yeah, we definitely agree with that. We definitely need cover. We definitely need Amrabat, without doubt. Big up to my guy Rhino in the cut as well. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. He says, hey, big up Flawless and Nuruddin locked in. Large up to Rhino each and every time. Continue to bump up those likes. So where do you see us finishing in the league then?
Well, like I said, I'm glass empty. So I think fifth, fourth. So
you're saying fourth, fifth. All right, who's ahead of us? Obviously, I don't know. I'm guessing you got City winning the league, Liverpool second.
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, I think. They've made some of the most impressive signings, I've got to be said. I think if they get a striker and a goalkeeper, I think they've been they've signed a lot. I think Havertz going to come good. I think people are taking a piss.
That's going to get to.
I think Havertz will come good because Havertz just needs good coaching. I think he's going to get the time to adapt there because, you know, a lot of the pressure's not because Arsenal can play a bit more fluid. They're ahead of us in terms of the time they've had with their manager. You know what I mean? And to me, the way Arsenal moved this season, spending 105, if they don't win the league, then that's a failure for me.
Okay, so you mentioned Havertz, you mentioned Rice, Arsenal needing to
they got Timber.
Win the league. They also
got Timber.
Where do you see Havertz playing for Arsenal that gets the best out of him?
I think I genuinely do think to playing him as a number 8 is a bit tricky. I really think that. Yeah, I think if they both play, I think you have to play him as an inverted number 10. So you might have to have 2 inverted number 10s, and then that's too open for me.
That's the point I'm making. That's what I think is a terrible signing.
Yeah, that's too open. But I think if he adapts with the press, he might just be a high pressing number 8. But he's good. I do rate him. I think he's got
not even in his game. Qualities. I don't rate him at all, but fair enough.
I do rate him because I watched him for Germany. I always said that he looks like if Michael Ballack and Ozil would have a baby, he would be like that.
No.
He would be like that because he's got the finesse of like the touches when he's confident and playing well. And that's one you didn't see him at. Was it Leverkusen? Was he at Leverkusen?
Yeah, he was at Leverkusen and then he moved to Chelsea.
Yeah. You actually saw him play, bro. In Europe especially, play him as well, and he played well. So I actually rate him. I just think he's been unlucky, like at Chelsea. I think he's not a striker. He's never been a striker.
He's
so
not. He's just not good anywhere. Let's call a spade a
we'll
spade.
See.
He's not good
no,
anywhere.
We'll see. Listen to me. We'll see. He's still young. He's still young as well as a young player.
We'll see,
listen, I think there's quality. I think there's a quality player in there. I do. I'm not judging him of Chelsea. Like Chelsea just playing him as a striker where he's missing everything. And that the pressure for playing for Chelsea as well.
He said himself that he can play anywhere across the front three.
No.
He said that himself. Like I say, does he get into Arsenal's? I'll kill it dead with this. Does he get into Arsenal's best 11? No.
At home, yeah. Some of the home games, yeah, he would.
No, not the home games. I said Arsenal's best 11. Is he one of their best 8s?
We will see.
6s. On paper.
8.
Now we gotta do the on paper thing because that's what we're doing with Manchester United. Is on paper.
8? Is he one of their best 8s?
No, he's not better than Rice. He's not better than Partey.
Totally
he's not better than Jorginho. No, my point is he's not better than those as a midfielder.
But bro, it's you always have to consider the profile of the player.
Okay, so what's his attributes
of the player?
What's his profile?
For
what
me,
does he excel at?
To me, he's like a creative number 10 by Leverkusen. That's what he was playing at times a little bit by Leverkusen. He was more central. I don't think he's that great out wide. I don't think he's that great out wide, right?
He's not.
He's better in the middle. Pace. I think he's better in the middle, right?
Would you have taken him at Manchester United?
Would I have taken him off the Bayer Leverkusen form? Yeah, that time.
No. Don't do that, Norwich. Don't do that.
Off the Bayer Leverkusen form.
No. We're not talking about that. We're in 2023. Him at Chelsea. Why do people like to erase? Yes, him from Chelsea. You ain't slick. You ain't slick.
But Chelsea, I can't really judge.
Why can't we judge?
Listen, he scored a goal that won the Champions League.
All right, so so that makes him a great player.
No, it makes him a player that wants to win.
Flip this then. Let's flip this then. They signed Caicedo, and then Caicedo's available next summer. Would you take him? 100%. Of course you would. Yes, because he's a quality player. Because he's a quality player.
No,
that's
because
my point.
Caicedo, the profile of the player Manchester United need as well. Caicedo for me,
okay,
I'll flip it then. Like a generational talent.
Say we need Havertz's profile. Would you sign him? See, the fact is
I'm trying to think in our team. No, I will get Mohamed Kundus instead.
Exactly. You're not signing him because he's just not that
good. Because of the Chelsea form. But I have to see.
That's what we go with.
This is the last opportunity. At Arsenal, if he fails at Arsenal, then I'll just have to admit and say, you know what I saw of Leverkusen, my eyes lied to me. It was all a lie.
It was all a dream, man.
Listen, my guy did some juju, mate. It was juju that I was watching. It wasn't real. But on the form of Bayer Leverkusen, he was a baller, man.
Yeah,
and Germany as well. And actually Germany as well.
That was 4 years ago. Look at Maguire's form at Leicester.
Is that how long it's been?
See, man, don't get duped by these Arsenal fans trying to talk.
No.
Been at Chelsea.
Listen, I don't listen to them.
He's been here 3 years.
Well, how many managers? So he's had Frank. He's had Frank for a year. He's had Tuchel for 2 years. And then he had Harry Potter.
Yeah.
For a year.
He's been here 3 years.
Well, I promise you now, I know that one thing about Mikel Arteta, I do rate him. I do think he's a good coach, and I'm on record.
Okay, so you got Arsenal, so you got City, you got Liverpool, you got Arsenal third. Who's the other team in the mix? Newcastle, I'm guessing.
I think
Chelsea might have someone else.
I think Chelsea if they sign a striker, if they sign Caicedo.
Let's say they sign Vlahovic and Caicedo because they've been linked to Vlahovic.
Vlahovic is not that great.
No. They've been linked. Did you not know? They've been they're trying to do the swap deal, Lukaku for Vlahovic. So let's say they signed. Yeah, they're trying to do it. Yeah. That came out today.
Actually, my guy's injury prone as well, bro.
All right. So let's say they signed Vlahovic and Caicedo. Still Chelsea top 5.
But I don't rate Vlahovic. I don't rate him though.
Okay, so let's say they sign him because that's who they're going for.
Yeah. But I don't rate him. I don't rate him. I think if they sign Caicedo. Well, now they've signed the CC guy that we linked with, and I told everybody I watched that guy. I've done a player profile on him. He's absolutely he's the Monaco Harry Maguire, and they're linked with him. He's bad, bro. He is terrible. Like he gets turned inside out like Maguire because he's not that fast. He's very good. Like he's very good on the ball. He's actually really good on the ball. He's good at carrying the ball, but when he's left alone at the back, bro, my guy's like running on like a workhorse kind of like things where you're running on a treadmill. You know, the treadmill settings where you're just jogging lightly. That's what he's on when people are burning past him. The CC guy, that's who he is. to me, if Nkunku's going to improve them, I think because they don't have to play any European football, because we know that Pochettino's a decent coach. He's been out of work, right? He's a really good coach. He's got a lot of enthusiastic young players. I think they're going to pattern up. But if he's buying the likes of the CC, then I think now you're going to need better than that guy, mate.
And he's signing him and Vlahovic, who you don't rate. So let's say they have Vlahovic and Caicedo.
Well, then they're just finishing up. So either Man United are finishing higher than them if they're doing that.
Okay. No Newcastle.
Newcastle. What the players they got? Tonali. Who else have they bought?
I think it's just Tonali. Let us know in the chat. But to my knowledge, I think it's just Tonali. I could be wrong though.
I think, yeah. It depends. For me, to Newcastle, can they get better than they were last season? And if they're just buying Tonali, I'm sure. No. They bought that guy. They bought the kid from Leicester. He's a good player. They let Sam Maximin go, and they bought the kid
Harvey Barnes.
He's a match winner.
They did sign
He's a match winner. He's a match winner on his day, bro. Match winner on his day.
They have improved. I think they'll be right up there.
Yeah, they'll be right there or right about. We're going to be challenging for. We're going to be competing for that.
So that's why I think Manchester United. You have United, Newcastle, Arsenal all competing for top 4, and then City and Liverpool 1 and 2. Currently,
in that way, yeah, I expect Liverpool to challenge because 5 of their players know how to push Man City to the edge, and Klopp has been there. He's been the only manager to get close to Pep. Let's be right here. Let's be right. Let's tell the truth. I only deal with the truth. That's the record. So I expect them, but they still have to buy two Latvia and another midfield player. Liverpool. They can't just have Latvia and McAllister and that's it. No,
got you. They still need to sign more midfielders.
They need to sign more.
Stephanie G says here, if Caicedo stays at Brighton and Ferguson fires, can Brighton get top 5 with De Zerbi ball?
100%. Top 5, top 6, yeah.
If they keep Caicedo and
if they keep Caicedo, and then they also strengthen because Mohamed Kundus is linked with him. They're after Mohamed Kundus apparently.
Wait, who? Brighton.
Brighton, yeah.
Have they been linked to? I've not seen that. Let me know in the chat.
Yeah. Arsenal linked to Kundus as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know Arsenal have been. I know Arsenal have been. Chelsea have been.
I'm sure Brighton. I'm sure it was Brighton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Brighton. So, yeah, I rate this every. For me, I'm like, that. The past 3 months, they were the best. They were my favourite team to watch in the Premier League. Yeah. Their football was devastating.
First.
The way that he's made, he came and put what Harry Potter did and patterned it up even more, bro. People thought he couldn't pattern the Harry Potter one up. Yeah.
First.
Graham Potter patterned it up for a bit, but then Giuseppe turned them into the, like in terms of keeping the ball and like creating chances after chance against your team. The way they were playing out the back, transition to the midfield, transition to the wide guys with a fullback, especially the left back, transition to the central places, then to the strikers, then the overloads that they create, and then how they cross the ball to the back post where 3-4 men are waiting. Levels. Man like Matoba, is his name? I always forget his name.
Matoma. You're talking about the winger. Yeah, he's a quality winger. He is.
Absolute burns, mate. Burns.
So best case scenario, you have Manchester United 4th. Worst case scenario, 6th, 5th?
4th, 5th, Manchester United.
So 4th, best case scenario, 5th, worst. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but apparently 5th gets you Champions League this season, apparently.
Yes, it is in regards to the
You have to do a qualifier, though. You have to do a qualifier.
Yeah, man, let's go head over to Moldova, man. You know what I'm saying? Run it back like it's Europa
League settings.
Yeah, let's run it back, man. Let's go. Let's run it back. Let's go Estonia or something like that. I'm fully with that. Hey, large up to everyone who is tapped in, though. Still over 135 of you lot in the building. Let's hit the likes, though, man. Get us up to 100 likes. We're only at 87 likes. We're looking for 100 likes. Final few questions in for the OG Nuruddin here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel, Sarcasm City TV special. Subscribe to his channel, United Real Therapy. The link is in the title. Click the link in the title.
Sorry, bro. I just seen the tweet.
You go subscribe. Yeah, go on. Floor's yours.
Yeah. I just seen the tweet. I would have retweeted it. They got
He's come.
Let me know. I'll retweet it in it. Big up.
Yeah. No stress. Yeah. No stress. I put it out as we was on the show, so don't worry about it, man. It's all well and good. No stress. Make sure you lot obviously follow Nuruddin on Twitter as well. Final few questions as well. Nuruddin, anything you want to add that you may not have been asked about? I've not asked about. You've not spoken about. It can be about Manchester United. Maybe something else in the Premier League. Maybe outside the
Ten
Premier
Hag
League, it
was
might be
quite
Saudi, it
scathing.
might be Mbappe. Talk about it.
Mbappe is madness what's going on in it. Real Madrid are going to get there, man. But the fact that the Saudi Arabian team are offering him for $1 billion for 1 year, bro.
It's crazy.
Bro, Jordan Henderson's getting paid 700 grand a week, no tax. Tax free.
Crazy.
That's madness. They
Crazy.
offered Ozyman 140 mil.
Crazy.
For Ozyman.
That's crazy.
One of these, what they call Altani, whatever this team is. Oh my God.
Nuts.
They're doing absolute man. Apparently, they've been given 17 billion to make football big in their leagues. Can you imagine 17 billion? You know how much $1 billion is?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Crazy. Crazy. Go on, just figure out how much $1 billion is. It's crazy. So
Count to $1 billion.
It's absolute madness what they're doing in the league, and the people are like, oh, they can't do it. Why can't they do it? Premier League's been doing it around Europe and around the world.
Facts.
But for me, if Mbappe went there, Mbappe will put their league on the map. For the year, even for the year he's there, he'll put it on the map. He'll put their league on the map. If they get, if he looks at it, can you imagine how much Osimhen will be paid? Osimhen,
big bucks.
Osimhen will be getting paid like
big dollars,
nearly $1 million a week, like Mbappe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine $1 million
a week? Hey, I'm like I said, if they need content creators,
Jordan Henderson getting 700 grand a week. What is Osimhen getting a week in Saudi Arabia if he goes there?
Something ridiculous. That's what
he's getting. At least a bill close to a million. He's getting $1 million at least a week. Okay. And can you imagine what he could do? His great grandchildren will be set just for him going there for 2 years. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, you saying that's generations upon generations.
And he's still young as well. Osimhen's still young.
He can come back.
He can come back into the pan up in the Premier League.
Yeah, you're right. 110%.
Can you imagine going there for 2 seasons and just making the best? Like, that's generational wealth.
Generational. That's what you run. Generational wealth. That's why I'd go and do it. Right, that, of course. And big up here to there. He says, flawless Nuruddin. How many goals does Højlund score this year? Good question. Go to you, Nuruddin. We'll go Premier League and we'll go all comps.
If he continues the trajectory and the improvements that he's made, even though with the pressure, because sometimes some young players thrive on pressure. Certain individuals are made out of different minerals. Not all human beings are the same. Yeah. If he comes in and hits the ground running, then I expect him to score at least 15 goals. 15, 20, all in all competition. 15, 20, 15, 20 goals, yeah. I think that'll be a really good season for him.
Yeah,
well, if he really bangs, it could be 15 Premier League goals, and he plays most games in the Premier League.
Be over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon with that.
But can Man United create, and can we keep the ball in the last third? That's the question for Flawless. Can we keep the pressure on and keep the ball and have players and have Rashford and man like Anthony look up and actually square the pass other than taking all these daft shots all the time?
I don't know. That's the big question. This is what I'm doubting when I look at our team.
I just want to give breaking news to some of the fan base. Well, I've got it on good record that Facundo Pellistri has been one of the best players. By the way, the people who have been Diego Dalot has been good on the tour. Manu has been brilliant before he got injured against Real Madrid. Did you watch the even Real Madrid game? Did you not even watch a bit of the Real Madrid?
Nah, I can't do pre-season, man. I can't. Yeah. It's
and anyway, but he got injured after 3 minutes. Obviously, he's a talent and a half. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Pellestri's been one of the most impressive in the pre-season tour. Like you said, it's pre-season Pirlo. You've had it, but I've got it on good record that he's going on loan. Ahmad might be getting sold or loaned as well.
I'd like to see him stay personally. Where do you
stand with that? But that's what I'm saying to you. That's why I would like to see him given a chance. But the club spent 80 million on Anthony, and it's an Eric Ten Hag. But I don't think Anthony's patterned up that right. I don't think so out and out he's got it.
He definitely needs to improve this
massively. This season, I'm looking for the improvements.
Yeah, this is making.
I'm looking for tangible improvement in terms of decision making, and the fact that he needs to slow down. He needs to actually just slow down because he takes players on. What I liked about him last season was that he's not a shitbag. He gives it. Off the ball,
yeah. He's got
he's
the
chasing
tenacity.
people, tenacity, and at times he was good at holding the ball. But Sancho has a massive season, make or break season. There's so many players have been making. I think Rashford's still tired. I think Bruno's still fatigued. I think Luke Shaw's still fatigued, and I think there's a couple other players. I think Casemiro's still fatigued from last season. He's never played that many games in his career or life ever before. In that, not just that, but in that level of intensity in that short space of time.
Yeah.
It was a most surreal ever seasons last season. World Cup in between. How mad is that? But,
that is
so it's going to be very interesting. I think Manchester United, I predict, we might have a bad start, but it's going to be a dip in some part of the season because due to fatigueness, if Eric Ten Hag does not freshen it up.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Someone who divides opinion on what I get your thoughts on as well, and he's been playing in a new position in the preseason games. Jadon Sancho, where do you stand? Would you like to see him as the false nine? Do you want to see him play out wide? Would you sell him?
On the right for me, I'll get him to compete. Because if you looked at his time at Dortmund, it was 50-50. He played 50% of the time on the right, 50% of the time on the left.
First?
So I would just say to him, you know what, battle for that on the right there, battle it out. Battle it out. You played a lot of time in your youth, and you played there when you played for Dortmund. You played a lot of time there on the right. Battle it out with Anthony.
So you're saying right-hand side. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
And I think sometimes central as well. I think maybe sometimes some games he can be the number 10. Yeah, I think number 10, yeah.
First.
Because he drops into the holes now as a false nine. He drops into the holes, which is a number 10 holes anyway.
Yeah. Wow,
but the preseason, he's looked impressive. He looks hungry. He looks fitter. Ten Hag said he looks fit. He said he looks fit.
He does look quicker. I'm saying I've seen a few clips and I'm like, right, is that Sancho?
Yeah.
Like he looks.
And also like he's battling back. He's battling back. Yeah, he's battling back to try to get the ball back. I'm not seeing that last season. To me, one of the most frustrating things for a cage footballer, street footballer, was the fact that he can never buy fouls. I've seen him in the preseason buying bare fouls. He's putting his body, and I'm like, that's one of the frustrations it was last season. It's one of the easiest for a technical footballer. It's one of the easiest to dispossess. Jumps out of the way.
I've seen that. No, first.
Yeah, don't jump out of the way. Get that ball. The dog. So I think maybe he's got that bit of dogginess in him, and I hope may continue. And I hope that's not preseason Pirlo BS.
That's why
we've all been there, people.
I'm not taking preseason. That's why I don't take it too serious. I see people going over the top with their crazy players or criticizing heavily.
No. You can't judge. For me, it's when the league game starts. When it matters. When 3 points are on it, or you're getting knocked out in a cup game.
Yes.
That's where you see them real minerals. Yes. That's where the pressure would understand. But Eric Ten Hag has been on it. That's why I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're ready.
Why don't you think we're ready?
Eric Ten Hag came out and absolutely came out with harsh criticism. Basically said they forgot all the last game. Play. Yeah. And this is the first team. The second team played a bit better. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah. So it was like a warning shots to them. So we'll see. Anyway, we're playing Lens. On Saturday, we're playing Lens. And then on Sunday, we're playing in Dublin against Atletico Bilbao, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I know we have two over... We've got two more preseason games. Well, I'm just ready for the season at this point. Like,
Monday the 14th, mate. Next Monday, not 2 weeks' time on the Monday. First game of the season.
Yeah, first game of the season. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Premier League to start. So much to talk about. I can't wait. So much to watch. All the conversation we've been having. Yeah, so many talking points. So many talking points. It's going to be so interesting with us and the rest of the Big Six as well, include Newcastle in the mix as well. Well, yeah, love to everyone who has tuned in. Hope you lot have thoroughly enjoyed this Sarcasm City TV sports special. Nuruddin, OG, before I let you go, anything you do indeed want to add that we might not have spoken about?
No, that's it, bro. That's all I'm saying to you. Saying, Manchester United fans, settle up. Get that seatbelt on, because it's gonna take
You're saying buckle up.
Buckle up, man. Get that seatbelt on. The same terms of the Glazed sale. Even though I don't think they're selling, I hope and pray and wish everything that they do leave. I wish and pray and hope that the vultures leave Manchester United. I promise you, you will feel reconnected again with a football club, and you'll see me getting giddy, right, left, and centre.
We'll see
when the Glazers leave, you think getting giddy? I'll be on Giddy Drive. I'm calling the channel Giddy Therapy. That's what it's. I'm going to rename the channel Giddy United Giddy Therapy. That's what I'm going to be calling it. Trust me. No real about it. I don't want to live in real. I want to go full on fantasy, man. Sci-fi, fantasy, that's what I'm going. We're going to the stars, people. If Manchester United, the Glazers fully leave this football club, Manchester United are taking off the stock exchange. They start building a new stadium already. They restructure, that area gets done. They put the proper investment. They get rid of Glazonomics. They bring in a proper football structure. We're back. And then I can come out for the big six. I'll come out and I'll absolutely let every one of them know. That giant has just woken up. So I hope and pray that day comes, because trust me, you're gonna have to bring the camera or cameras to the court outside Old Trafford. You know where the Trinity Trinity statues are. The forecourt.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna be there, mate, partying 24 hours, 2 days there straight. Me and my one man speaker, mate, playing bare Afrobeat and whatever you want. I'm a piano, all of it. Classic R&B. I'll be going through it all, bro.
Love that, man. And like I say, people, make sure you subscribe to Nuruddin's channel, United Real Therapy. Click the link.
Listen, only subscribe though. Only if you're a toxic positivity. Merchant.
Toxic positivity.
Merchants, don't bother. If you're toxic positivity merchants, don't bother. If you can't take real, raw, you know what I mean, real, raw and red kind of opinion, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Don't bother. If you can, you're more than welcome. Because there, we don't miss our words, people. We tell it as it is. It's raw, it's real, it's raw, and it's red. See, that's how it is. That is how it is. Big up to our Stephanie. Stephanie Griffin came up with that name. It is, and it's brilliant. It's raw.
It's a real one.
It's real, it's raw, and it's red. That's the way I am.
Yeah, big up to Stephanie G. Big up
to
all the regulars.
Do me a favor. Get to smash a like to Sarcasm City. Big up my brother Flawless. One of the most hard-working YouTubers, man. I'm telling you, like, Sarcasm City is on at 4 o'clock in the morning in the UK. Flawless knows when he's covering the NBA. Not just football, cover all sorts of sports. What other sports do you cover?
We got NBA, boxing is back, F1, NFL show we bring him back as well. So yeah, multiple spots.
See what I mean? They got you covered. Got you covered. Into NFL, I can't be watching that, people. That overrated rugby where the people batter each other with those horns and helmets.
I leave that. I'll watch it. I leave it to my American co-host to deal with. Actually, that being said, Surf is over there. A couple of the English guys are over there. Hopefully, they will be bringing that back. I do need to talk to the NFL gang and see what they're saying in regards to the shows. But the boxing show, don't worry, people, will be on Big Fights, Big Nights only. That podcast is on the Twitch. So we do previews on Friday. We do recaps after half an hour after the final belt on Saturdays, like Spence versus Crawford that just went. Obviously, we did the preview the Friday before. Well, this Friday just gone. And then Saturday night, half an hour after the fight, we was live on the Twitch, Sarcasm City TV. So make sure you check that out. Don't forget, as well, we're on all audio platforms as well. All you have to do is type in Sarcasm City TV. SoundCloud, hit the follow button, leave a comment. Spotify, hit the follow button on there if you're listening on there. And 5-star us on iTunes. Write us a review and 5-star us on there as well. But yeah, man, love to everyone who's locked in. Big up. Nuruddin, just final. Let them know where they can find you, OG.
United Real Therapy, man. Mr. Structure on Twitter. That guy, Red Devil, Mr. Structure on Twitter. United Real Therapy. Like I said, it's not for the fair-hearted, man. It ain't for the snowflakes, man. It ain't for the snowflakes. When we talk about the Glazers, when we talk about the football club, we tell it is raw and it's real. We don't miss our words. Until those vultures go, I'm always going to be telling the truth about what's going on with this football club.
Love that, people. Hope you've enjoyed this Sarcasm City TV sports special. There will be more all during the week, people. So just keep a lookout. But there'll be all more during the week. I actually sorted one out Thursday, 10:30 p.m. So you'll get one there. Very special guest for you as always, people. Like I said, we've had the OG Nuruddin on, James Redmond, James Redmondinho on earlier today as well. So keep a lookout. Big Six Bands are still live, so we're going to raid them. So make sure you go salute the Big Six Bands gang. But this has been the Sarcasm City TV Sports Special with special guest, the OG Nuruddin, Mr. Structure, Mr. United Real Therapy in the building, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.